Mr. President, are you encouraged by the change in rhetoric by President Trump, that he's now more critical of the Russian leader, Putin? And are you going to discuss other long-range systems apart from Tomahawk missiles in the visit next week?
We spoke really, I'll be very open up. So we spoke with President Trump during our last meeting in New York. We spoke about, not only about Tomahawks. So we spoke about, said about HIMARSs, and I said about ATACMS. So really, you know, when you have, for example, but basically when you have, you know, 30, 50 or 60 ATACMS between us, it's nothing. I know what I say, because when we use, for example, per day 130, 150 our drones of our production, or when we can have to collect and we can have 300 or 350, and when you have during long period of time, for example 30 or 50 ATACMS, just for the long period of time, it's nothing between us. That's why if, you know, partners says that we help you with long distance, we help you with ATACMS, in my opinion, it means, you know, 10 times more than they give you. It's to my mind. That's why if you want to have something, and when you want to understand and see real effect, you have to provide, to deliver the number which can give you this effect. Not just, you know, marketing, not just to say, okay, we gave. To my mind. And if, for example, one system of Patriot, for today, between us, now I can say about the last year, when you have, for example, Patriot system, it was last winter, one of this system, when we have system, and I call at 3 a.m. to my chief of army and say, why Patriot doesn't work? I know and I see that it doesn't work. And he says, look, this is a system, yes. I have one missile. What does it mean? So it means that nobody gave you missiles. It just, you know, somebody says, today we decided to help Ukraine and to give air defense, to give Patriot missiles. Missiles is not 2, it's not 3. Because when you want to destroy one missile, you need 2 missiles. The good news that now we have missiles. This is good news, but I can now share with you only some details about last year, previously. And this is about long range, the same. The same about ATACMS and the same about other format or other items.
Gary O'Donoghue, BBC News. Mr. President, first of all, you mentioned you're going to speak to the British Prime Minister shortly, Keir Starmer. What are you going to say to him? What are you going to ask from him? As obviously he has signed up to be part of Pearl and all those arrangements. And secondly, can I ask you about the other thing you often talk about, which is sanctions? If you talk to the administration in the United States, certainly behind closed doors, they will say, sanctions, they will prolong the war, sanctions will prolong killing, sanctions will prolong the stalemate. What do you say to that argument?
First of all, about Keir Starmer, so I will have a phone call with him. Really, the first topic is our meeting of about security guarantees, the meeting of coalition willings, and we will decide with him what date and what format we can have. And I hope that during this month, maybe during 2 weeks, we will have in one or another format. This is very important because I want at least to have the final steps to put details in security guarantees, but put it on paper, not just to speak about it. And I think that this meeting will be very important. The second point is Pearl. Yes, and as I said, with all respect to Keir and to people of UK, so you helped us a lot, but now we need strong partners to join Pearl. Otherwise, other leaders will not join, or will do it slowly. And of course, Keir is a good signal UK is a good signal if Kiev will decide to join to Pearl. For us, it's air defense. These are two things. About sanctions. So we need sanctions. We need first European package, and I hope that we can have it in October. For example, shadow fleet is very important, energy very important, and there are some other items. This is very difficult process for today, really tough process. But for today, what I've got from all the leaders and our dialogue with diplomats of other countries, we can have successful decision, but we will see. We understand who now is blocking. I don't want to share it again, but we understand. But we work with this, and this is very important because it always gives the signal to us to continue dialogue with the United States. That look, United States, Mr. President, you see, Europe supported sanctions package again, and we ask you to provide sanctions against Russia. And that's why I wait for this.
Do you think that will persuade him, though?
So, shut up.
Чи це його переконає?
Huh?
Чи це його переконає?
I don't know. You know, I'm trying my best. I'm very open with President Trump, and I think you saw it. Yes, I'm not finding some specific diplomatic way how to speak, and I really count on his pressure because he has this power. He has this power, pressure on Putin. Pressure on Putin not to attack us by missiles, not to attack us by drones. And you see, I think that President Trump has success in Gaza, and I don't know how it will be tomorrow. I really don't know all the details. Maybe even you know more, really, because I'm really deeply in our war. That's why. But of course we know, and of course we think, and of course we wish Israeli people and Palestine people, we wish not to have a war, of course. And I hope that they really very close to peace negotiations, peace deal. I wish them. It's good. That's why I think that President Trump has this pressure and has all these possibilities. And I hope he will use all the instruments, tomahawks, sanctions, diplomatic way, financing way, tariffs, everything to stop Putin.